Hello everyone, Conscientious Reefer here, and in today's video, I would just like to discuss what's going on with my reef tank and give you guys a little update on what's going on. So, yeah, let's hop right into it, I think. So, I guess we'll start off with the fish. I used to have I used to have 4 fish in here, and now I only have 3. I used to have a little hawkfish in this tank, and, he was just, as most hawkfish are, pretty, they can be kind of aggressive. And the little guy was in kind of a small tank, and he was just being a little aggressive to my clownfish. And I have a bar goby in here, or a barfish, and he was being quite aggressive towards him. So he had to go. I have kind of a zero tolerance thing for bullies, just because, especially because I got a little tank, and just yeah, don't I like a peaceful tank. If you guys can't tell. But so I had to take him back to the fish shop. You know, Looking back, I've been pretty good about my impulse purchases, but he was a major, major impulse purchase. I was at the fish shop one day and I saw that little baby hawkfish. I'm like, man, that's awesome. I gotta pick that up. So I did, and you know, they get a little big. They can be a little aggressive. Just an impulse purchase. I'm only human, right? I'm uh caved into an impulse purchase in a long time, but I did cave. But I took him back to the fish store, and he's gonna someone's gonna be very happy with him. But now to the existing fish I have these 2 clownfish. They're just they want food because they're all up in my face. But they actually have a couple marks on them. I don't know if I can. They're really hard to see. It's really hard to get them to show up on camera because it's kind of blurry. But they have a little bit of abrasions on them, and yeah, you can see it on the male clownfish right there. He has a mark on his side. The female used to have some, but they've healed, and the fins are a tad bit tattered. And I started noticing these things after I took out the hawkfish, unless they happened before. So I'm not sure what's causing these little abrasions, but their appetite is very, very good. They're little pigs, and there's the dartfish I have in here, or the bar goby, whatever is. I'll pop a picture up on screen what fish I'm talking about. He always hides. I barely ever see him. I mean, we all have a fish like that in our tank. It just kind of only comes out in the evenings when I feed. It's kind of weird how that works. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to. I'm thinking about maybe getting another fish, but you don't want to add too many fish, or everyone says like, oh, I'll just get one more fish, just one more, and then that last fish ends up bringing white spot, brook, velvet, some sort of disease, ends up killing everything. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe if I find a really cool, I really would like to purchase a possum wrasse. I'd love to get a possum wrasse. So that would be one of the fish I would get. I also like a pajama cardinal, even though they're kind of an ugly color. I think they're just pretty cool looking fish. So those would be really cool to get as well. But enough about the fish. Let's just talk about the coral. You guys might notice that the big colony of bird's nest is gone now. I actually just removed it today. You can actually still see some residual bird's nest on the rock that's encrusted, which I thought was kind of cool. I didn't know bird's nest can encrust. It didn't encrust much, but a little bit of it does remain. So I ended up getting rid of that colony. It's actually in my dad's sump because we have a little frag compartment section down there. Let me know if you guys want to see a video about that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty inexpensive. But anyways, I ended up getting rid of the bird's nest. When I would go to scrape the glass, it would just end up like I'd have my algae scraper, and it would just end up hitting it and breaking off pieces every time, and it was just too big. I like how this space is a little more open. The goldenrod, I used to have it up there in that blank spot, and it it never really did amazing up there. Like it grew, but like it's an anacropora. They're supposed to grow relatively quick, quicker than like an acropora. So or usually supposed to grow quicker than Acropora, but it just never ended up growing that quickly. So I moved it down here, you know, different flow, different lighting conditions. So we'll see how it goes. I like that it contrasts nicely off the Montepora and the strawberry shortcake. I think that looks very good. Once that kind of grows and fills up that spot, that's gonna look very good. But there's some warfare going on. There's some warfare. There's then the warfare right here between the shortcake and the Montepora. It's just kind of been a stalemate, you know. The strawberry shortcake is slowly winning, but it's just been a stalemate, and like a stalemate as in like no one's dying, but the strawberry shortcake is pushing the Monty back. And I'm okay with that. This Monty grows too damn quick, and I'd rather my shortcake prosper and the Monty suffer, even though none are suffering. But there's some warfare happening. These acans, in a previous video, they were, see, you can see the back. It's all kind of dead, so they're recovering from these mushrooms. Man, do I regret putting those mushrooms in this tank. I really do. I wish I could go back in time and, just take them out, I've been having some problems with them. They're killing my acan, and they've been doing pretty good damage on this Stylophora. There used to be a mushroom right there, and it would uh kill it would just destroy this Stylophora. So I mean, did all that damage. So what I ended up doing was kind of crude. I took a pair of coral bone cutters, and I just kind of just started going at it with it, and I pulled it off the rock in chunks, and man, it was sliming like crazy. So I had to put in some activated carbon, because I didn't want any of the weird slimes it produced from being mulched pretty much by bone cutters to get into the water and affect my fish and the other coral. So I put in some activated carbon, but hopefully that takes care of the issue for now. Obviously, that's not a permanent solution, but yeah, if I can go back in time, I would not add these mushrooms. They're pretty. It's just, you know, it's just not working with the vision I have for this tank right now. And then I got this Oregon Tor. I fragged this coral quite a bit, and it actually has some white spots, and that's from this torch. This torch coral is just too big for this tank. It's just not really gonna work. It's just, I used to have it over here, but it was stinging. It was stinging these corals over here, so I decided, well, maybe I can move it to the back. Keep some distance between the fimbrian Euphilia and the Euphilia, so there's no warfare. Because if you, most of you guys will know this, but a torch coral will kill a hammer, or a frog spawn, because they were recently reclassified. So this is a Euphilia, and that's a fimbrian Euphilia. I'm pretty sure that's the name. Don't quote me on that. I'm just some YouTube guy, so don't quote me on that. But they don't play nice with each other. So I thought I would give them some room, and it's just sending up sweepers and killing that. So I'm currently trying to sell this piece. This piece will not stay in my tank. It's a beautiful coral. It's just too big. The tank is too small. I would like to upgrade. I'm just not in that financial position to upgrade. I would love to though. So eventually I will upgrade, but right now it's just not going to work. And as I'm looking at the tank from back here, it's kind of odd, or it kind of looks weird, because this side of the rock is more grown in, and this side's a little more bare. Kind of looks weird, because I planted the corals on that side of the rock first. Like, if you guys are watching, you guys probably wouldn't even notice that unless I didn't point it out. Just me being, real critical. Like, I noticed a lot of people like to be hypercritical of their own tanks, and I think that can be healthy at times, but that also can be unhealthy, because then you might never be happy. But I'm relatively happy with how this tank's doing. I do need to add some more cleanup crew, because as you can see, it's pretty obvious on the left side. We got some what appears to be diatoms, so I'm not too worried. It's just I'm not sure if they're getting enough flow, or I don't know. My nutrients may be a little out of whack. Last time I tested, they were pretty good, so I don't think that's the issue. I think I just need some more cleanup crew, because I haven't replaced my cleanup crew in a while. Last thing I want to kind of touch up on is the equipment. My last video, I put on some new equipment on the reef tank, and I just would like to show you guys some of that. Here, take this off. Tank looks so much better without a lid, but no, it doesn't look good. Some crispy Nemos, so gotta keep it on. I put on this new protein skimmer. If you guys want to know more about it, you guys can watch the New Year, New Gear video, but it's been doing pretty good. It's pulled out quite a bit. Like, usually these small skimmers don't work that well, but it's been doing really, really good work. So it's really good to see, you know. My water seems like it's a little clearer too with the skimmer. So that's always, you know, who doesn't want clearer water? But the skimmer's doing really well. I got a new heater. You know, no one cares about the new heater, right? Then I got this Tunzi auto top off, and this has been really good because I have a 5 gallon bucket reservoir, and it just lasts forever, man. It just like it's been 3 weeks since I've topped it off, and it's still good. You know, it's great. This is the old thing I would use. It was a couple gallons. It was a float switch, and the float switch would just sit right there. And you know, every time I have to fill it up, I have to get a bucket of a cup of water and dump it up there. And it's just this is such an improvement. But that's kind of it for the tank update, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how you guys' tanks are doing. And until next time, bye, guys.